Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm not feeling that great, but we got some parts in for the S60R that I told you guys about with my ABS light. They're on and an anti-skid off temporarily. So one of the valves, the hydraulic valves in the ABS pump, it started glitching. First it was just minor. Now it got to a point where you start driving and it acts like you're sliding, and the ABS kind of just vibrating in your foot, and it would not let you drive. So until it shuts off, if you drive for a little bit, it shuts off and it lets you drive perfectly fine. But anyways, so I got the pump. I got it with the module. I'm not going to use the remote, the module, the one that it came with. Anyways, I'll show you guys. I'm just going to swap the mechanical pump and then bleed all the brakes, and yeah, so that's my plan for today. I didn't go to work because I kind of felt like crap yesterday after work, and then today I didn't even sleep properly, so not feeling that great. But hey, laying inside the house all day, it ain't gonna help my health either, so I might as well make it make some progress on my cars, because I got to do the pump, and then I'm waiting for the boost control solenoid. So I'm probably gonna get it either today or tomorrow, I think the shipping says. So I'm gonna pretty much finish this car up with the pump and then the boost control solenoid. I'm gonna pop that on, and then this car is done. I got the tracking number, if you guys saw on my YouTube channel, the tracking number for the exhaust manifold. I don't know if they haven't, it doesn't show they shipped out yet, I don't know, but I do have the tracking number for it. So I mean, I guess I'm just gonna pay, looking at the tracking and see when the approximate delivery date is going to be, and then I'll let you guys know. I'll update you probably on Instagram or something. Okay, so today we're gonna replace this pump right here. Right here, see those lines go into it? The circle thing are there. So I'm probably gonna have to take off the intake box, this strut bar, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to remove the fuse box or not. Not remove it, but at least unbolt it and to move it around to make my life easier. But it doesn't look too complicated, but yeah, that's what we're replacing. Okay, so this is the pump I bought. As you can see, this is all the lines that hook up to it. This is from the wheels, and then this is from the cylinder, master cylinder right there. So, and then also here there's 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. They're right here. There's 1, there's 2 back there, and then down there 3 that unbolt. So you gotta, to take the pump off, there's 3 of these, and then you gotta unscrew all of these from the pump, and obviously take the module off. This module, I already have a module the Ximodex repaired for me. Actually, I think they gave me a new one of their own, but yeah, I don't need this. I'm gonna take this off the pump and just put the pump in. Okay, so this is how the module from, it had a sticker from Ximodex. That's the one that we had to fix. It just goes on top of this, and this is the valves. It just goes on top of the, I believe, yeah, that one right there. It just snaps on top of the pump. So we had this fixed, so this is pretty much new. But yeah, I got it off of the pump, disconnected the connector, and now I'm gonna just take out those lines. After I take them out, I will unbolt the pump itself, which is that one, and that bolt. Those 3 bolts I will remove, and then the pump will come out. But first, we have to remove these ones, all the lines from the wheels and then the master cylinder. Okay, so we got all of them out. Yes, it will start leaking fluid. We'll just wash that down afterwards, but we're gonna bleed the system anyways, starting from the farthest wheel and then just work our way back. After we put new pump in, we're gonna bleed the system. But yeah, so finally got those out, all those lines out of the pump. Now it's gonna get those 3 bolts out right there on the pump to get the pump loose. Okay, so this is the old pump. This is the lines from each wheel. This is from the master cylinder, and then those 3 bolts that I told you guys about right there. And yeah, it's just a Torx 20 to get the 3 bolts on top here to get the pump loose, and then it's I think it's 13 millimeter to get those lines loose. Yeah, 13 millimeter for the lines, and then Torx 20 for these bolts right here. Okay, so I screwed the lines back in, as you can see, and I just tightened it with a 13 millimeter, and then Torx 20, tighten these bolts. So the pump is in. It's very easy to swap. I'm gonna have to fill fluid from here and then bleed the system. I'm gonna start from the farthest wheel to that one, to this one, to this one, and I'm gonna do like 2 times, but you need somebody to be with. So I'm gonna call my brother, have him press the brake pedal, and then I'm gonna bleed the system that way. So from there to that, to this wheel, to this wheel. So that's how we're gonna do it. But we're gonna put the computer back on, swap that on, pop the connector on the computer first, put that in there, put the bolts in, the little bolts that we took the computer out of to hold that module. And then yeah, we're gonna put the intake back and everything. But it's very simple. The only thing for me, which I don't really know, this is a mechanical pump, so it should work technically. Usually the thing that you have to program is the module itself, which we're keeping the same one. So I don't think we have to actually do any. I don't think there's a way you can program this pump. Just a mechanical pump that gets magnetic signals from the module itself. So I don't know. I think we're gonna be fine. I'm just gonna swap the pump, and that's it. And then bleed the system, and then I'm gonna go for a test drive and make sure everything's working, make sure it's not tripping like it did before. Because sometimes, like, I would stop at a traffic light and I would give it some gas, and it would like, you know, ABS would start working and it would turn off. It would not let me accelerate, and then it would glitch, and then it would turn off the ABS system, then it would let me go. But yeah, before it would just pop up like brake light, and then I would scan it and just be like, oh, your valve is sticking. Now the valve, I think, just was toast inside the pump itself. So yeah, we replaced the pump. We're gonna put the module, put everything back together, and we're gonna go bleed the system and take it for a test drive. Okay, you guys, so got this thing together. Obviously I filled up the reservoir full of fluid, then I had my brother go in the car and pump the brakes for me and hold them, and I bled the system from the farthest one from the steering wheel, that one, this one, and this one. And on these Brembo ones, you have to bleed both of them, the inner one and then the outer one. So I bled that one in that motion. I did it twice just to be sure. And then when you come back after you bleed them, you lower the car, make sure the fluid is level, you know, there's enough fluid in there. And yeah, now we're gonna go for a test drive and see how it drives. All right, so we got a left front wheel speed sensor. That's bad that we still gotta change. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a test drive right now. This video should have been out last week, but when I swapped the pump, I started test driving. Another thing came up in this car. I don't know whether it was a coincidence or maybe I actually did pull on a wire or something on the left front speed sensor. Code popped up and it started glitching too. ABS light came on, so I didn't really want to continue this video. So I swapped the pump, bled the system, took it for a test drive, and the pedal kind of felt soft, so I had to go back on the lift, bleed the system again, like I told you guys, farthest from the steering wheel, and then just move closer, pretty much right rear, left rear, right front, and left front, and in that order. That's what I bled the system. But yeah, and then after I bled it the second time, the pedal felt good, and yeah, I had to order a speed sensor online. I ordered it on Amazon, or I think for like 18 bucks. I swapped the sensor. I took it for a drive already. It drove fine. So this is what, about 12 hours after that again. So I'm gonna go for a test drive with you guys again, and I'm gonna make sure the pump works good, which it did when I test drove it last time. And then also I'm gonna make sure the speed sensor is good, which also was good, but we'll see, I guess, now. So I'm gonna go for a test drive, and yeah, we'll see. So I'm driving the car now. Seems like it's fine. No ABS light or anything like that. Drives good. No brake light. No, you know, the pedal doesn't, you know, vibrate like it did. Because like I told you guys, I had a code in the system. Like the car would act weird. Like when I would stop and start going, it would like ABS would start like like vibrating into the pedal, and it wouldn't let me accelerate. Like it would literally go up to like 20 miles an hour, like slowly accelerating and just going kind of that type of deal. And then I scanned the system, and they showed the hydraulic valve in the ABS pump that was stuck. So, or hydraulic valve issue or something like that. Anyways, yeah, like you guys know, the Simodex repaired my module already, so I knew that couldn't be the issue. So I knew it was the pump. And the pump I swapped. You don't need no programming, no nothing for the pump. You just swap the pump and that's it. So mine is working great now. And yeah, so I'm just test driving and making sure that yeah, that it drives good. You know, let's brake. Yeah, brakes just fine. No issues. The only thing I started noticing is like when you start fixing this car, you start noticing like the alignment's off now. I need to get alignment for this car. I don't know how I start noticing this stuff. Like it just seems like one thing after another, but I haven't done my alignment on this car, so I can't really complain. So I need to get that done. Well, actually I think I did before I did the shocks, but then now I put new shocks on it. I should have got alignment right after that, but I didn't, so because the height difference. So yeah, it drives great. So the pump success and the speed sensor swap success also. All right, so I test drove this car. No light, no ABS light. The car is not acting up, so everything's working great. So I swapped the ABS pump, mechanical pump, and bled the system, and then I swapped the speed sensor, left front speed sensor on this car. I think that was just either a coincidence, or maybe when I was bleeding the brakes, maybe I pulled on the sensor. I don't know, either way, or maybe it's just a coincidence that the sensor went out. But yeah, now this car is riding good. The only thing I'm gonna do right now, because I have the IPD sense, the boost control valve, that's the only thing that I already ordered the sensor for the boost control sensor, and it hasn't gotten here yet. So after that gets here, that's gonna be the last thing on my list to swap in this car. That's it, because the IPD one, it glitches sometimes when it's cold. Like I told you guys, it spikes the boost and makes the car kind of go in a limp mode. Right now it's not that cold. It's probably like around 45 degrees, so it's not that cold, so it's fine. But when it gets a little colder, like 32 and stuff, when it's full boost season type of deal, it does spike and it does cause issues. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you guys for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, see you next time. Peace.